everybody. We're actually doing a catch-up episode. I started with episode 0 and then went straight to episode 2. And so this is really going to be episode 0001, even though it's the fourth in the series. And what I want to talk about today was something that I had a conversation with one of our Ultimate Insider members on their onboarding call. And it was interesting because it's something that I have talked about a number of different times. And it's one of the paths to monetization for PLR users that probably goes undiscussed because it's not necessarily straightforward. And typically, a PLR package, regardless of how it's formatted, is typically sold as something that can become your product or a part of a product or something that you can use as a bonus. And those are great ways, and actually the intended ways for you to be able to use it. There are some other things that you can think about in terms of being a PLR user, and you can actually even do this if you go back and get some of your old PLR. And one of the things that I really encourage our Ultimate Insider members to do is to build a library that I call a learning center. And basically that's going to be part of your membership offer that you're going to be making available to people that, whether you upsell from your front-end product into this membership or you just sell the membership offer, basically every PLR package that you get should become part of your library. Now, your job is to organize it. Your job is to make sense of it. Your job is to nicheify it so that it makes sense to the people in your marketplace. So that, if I'm going to be, let's say, if you're a golf marketer and I'm coming into your membership and I'm trying to learn how to market to golfers, then your job is to take, the WordPress PLR and the Zapier PLR, and your job is to organize that so that it makes sense to me as a person marketing to other golf professionals. So whatever your marketer niche is, when you have PLR, it should always be, regardless of what you do, even if you decide to sell it on the front end, you should have everything in one library, in one place, organized for the people in your market or niche. And that's one way that you really should be using everything that you have to monetize. Thing is that that came up in my conversation is just the route of things or the order of things sometimes does not necessarily have to be that you're going to get a product and you're just going to rush on and launch it, on JVZoo, Warrior Plus. Sometimes what you're going to do is you're actually going to go and you're going to do something in what I call the real world, the world outside of the make money online space, the world outside of the business opportunity space. And you're going to learn something. You're going to go do something. You're going to go monetize in a way. Let's say that you take all your PLR, put it in a library, and you market to people in your local area, and you start to get customers. They start to pay you on a recurring basis. The more interesting product for you to launch on the Warrior Plus and JVZoo network is how you did that. So in other words, how did you take PLR and you turned it into a membership and you launched it and you got customers in your local area? That's just an example, because that's a more interesting and unique product that cannot necessarily be copied. The thing that I talked about in a previous episode is part of what you're going to have to bring to any PLR product is uniqueness. And whether or not, if I buy something from you, even if I'm buying the core content and it's the same as somebody else has, I might be willing to buy that same content from you because you've got something in there unique that I actually want. So what you're really going to bring to the table is something unique that somebody else cannot and will not offer. And that's really one of the roots to PLR monetization that I talked about yesterday. That is something that I think anybody can do if they're willing. So what have we talked about today? We've talked about the fact that one way to monetize is going to be to build a learning library. We talked about another kind of side road that you can take, which is to just go do something in an area outside the business opportunity space, outside the JVZoo Warriors Plus space, to go learn how to do something, go learn how to monetize in a way that other people may or may not be doing, to document that, and then to bring that back to the JVZoo Warrior Plus niche, and then to teach people what you did and how you did it. That's a unique product. Nobody can come behind you and actually do. And finally, one of the things that I discussed with a gentleman today is this idea of really taking your expertise. And sometimes you can actually take your expertise and you can put it into, a private label rights product, or you can put it into an information product. And sometimes you'll be ahead of the curve. Sometimes you will be, uh, um, I'd say, you will have skated to where the puck is going to go. And the market may not be there. The rest of the public may not be there. They may not have caught up to you. That still doesn't mean that you don't launch it and make it available, because that sets the stage for when the public gets there. And it's very easy to revive an information product that's already available if you've already gone there, if the public gets there later. And the example that I gave is that we were really the head of the game, right? When we started talking about AI and generative AI, because we did that back in October. It actually did not hit in popularity, though, until around December or January. So we were really ahead of the game. And so really, when we first did AI Marketing Playbook, the numbers are underwhelming. However, over the next 3 months, that's when ChatGPT came to be a thing. We added on some videos about ChatGPT, and then that's when the launch was really, I think, more fitting for that topic. Now, had I not launched that topic, even though it was not necessarily going to be fully successful, I wouldn't have been ready in time to really capitalize on the popularity of the topic. And sometimes that means then you're going to have to go ahead of the market. And not everything is going to be that you're going to be able to predict, and you're going to be able to look at all the statistics and say, well, hey, this is what people want. They've proven it. I know I'm going to be able to go there. I can see people already buying it. Sometimes you have to go ahead of the market, and sometimes you have to go ahead knowing that, it's an area of expertise you have and something you can teach, and you go there, and then the market may have to catch up with you. So sometimes that is the route that you have to go. So that's actually a fourth route that I talked about, my onboarding call, with with one of our insiders today. And, it's just one of the things that you can do. And there are a lot of different routes to go with your PLR. There are a lot of different routes to go with an information product, whether you choose to be inside the Make Money Online space or outside of that space. There are many different ways to go, and not all of them are going to be a way that you're just going to get the raw material and then approach the market with that raw material as it is. If you can think outside of the box, if you can be directed in a way that you understand what people are going to want, maybe the market's not there yet, and you go there and you launch in anticipation that you'll be able to bring things back. So I do want to encourage you, as always, as I was having a conversation with one of our Ultimate Insider members, is that I discuss strategy with you. And so this is one of the things that we do for our Ultimate Insider members. We do an onboarding call. And of course, you'd also be able to email me. Just take a look at whatever you've got going. And I, really encouraged, the person I talked to today that when he's got something, to really leverage his relationship with me by coming to me and saying, well, hey, is this something that's going to be a fit for your audience? And I'm happy to be able to present something to the people that frequent our audience, because I want to make sure that we're bringing high quality information to people. And if I know the person and I've got the wherewithal, I'm going to bring it to you who are listening and people who are reading our newsletter. And so when you're an Ultimate Insider, you have that privilege to be able to leverage your relationship with me in that way. It's kind of one of the unsung benefits of what it is that we do for our Ultimate Insiders. You can do that at theplrshow.com/insiders. And on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and I haven't really decided yet, every Tuesday or Wednesday, I do an information meeting, and I will tell you, what we're about and what we're doing every Tuesday. So let's just say it's going to be every Wednesday from now on. It may change from time to time. But regardless, we will be able to be with you. Looks like my screen just kind of blanked out there. So with that, thank you for just kind of hanging out with me here while I talk about these things. Have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.